Hello, my name is Jenna. I have been on Mounjaro or slash Zepbound for about a little over 7 months. I've lost over 80 pounds. I am so grateful and excited that these drugs are available and I was able to lose this weight. I feel like I've been dieting my whole life. Even when I wasn't exactly heavy, I was dieting. So I think this has been a constant struggle. I had my son 8 years ago, and after his birth, I literally gained 100 pounds. So I was in a really bad situation, trying to diet. I did keto, lost some weight, it came back, and then ended up with COVID related pneumonia and in the hospital, and realized had to be rushed to the hospital. My O2 oxygen saturation was in the 70s. And I realized I had to do something about my weight. Went to my doctor and she put me on Mounjaro and it worked beautifully for me. I continued to weigh my food and exercise, and it has been a miracle for me. However, my insurance does not pay for any weight loss medications. So I pay out of pocket, and I get for $550. I do use the Eli Lilly savings card. However, I do understand not everyone can put out $550 a month. It's not in everyone's budget. The price of food is going up, living expenses are going up, and gas, everything has skyrocketed in price, and a lot of people don't have that money to put out for weight loss medication. So, I started thinking, what is happening here? Why is this medication so expensive? And I started researching some things. If I look down I'm looking at the notes that I took to kind of give you guys an idea of how much things cost in other countries. First of all, let's talk about Ozempic. Ozempic is $1,300 in the United States. Wegovy is also $1,300 in the United States. However, Wegovy in the Netherlands, in Germany, is $328. Mounjaro Ozempic is $103 in Germany. Ozempic is $96 in Sweden and $83 in France. Why? Why are we paying almost $1,000 more? And we'll talk about that in a minute. Mounjaro in the United States is $1,023. In Japan, it's $319, and then in the Netherlands is $444. So in a lot of these cases, we're talking people in the United States are paying $1,000 a month more. Why? What is happening? Well, first, our government does not negotiate drug prices. So they can basically charge whatever they want. And we have insurance companies that can choose to pay or not choose to pay. Coverage is basically up to them and, what they've negotiated with your employer. It's just up in the air whether they're going to pay for it. I have said before, we're seeing people pulling out, insurance companies pulling out from paying these prices for weight loss medications. And I truly feel like there is a point that they are they're writing scripts, or doctors are writing scripts for everyone, people who have cosmetic weight loss, that I understand 20 pounds could feel like a lot to some people. I understand that. But from my understanding and what I've heard Eli Lilly say, it is not for cosmetic weight loss. I do think there should be some standards that to start this medication, you should have a BMI of 30 and a comorbidity or a BMI of 35. That way, the people who genuinely need it are getting it, or if you're diabetic. And then the people who genuinely need this medication are getting it and are getting it paid for. If it's a matter of finances, I would rather see that done until the prices of these medications go down than people who genuinely need it not being able to get it because everyone, their mother, brother, and sister, was given a prescription. The cost of these in the United States are outrageous and out of reach for so many people who could benefit. And then you have the insurance companies who are saying, yeah, we could pay for this and it could prevent diabetes, heart disease, cancers, because there's cancers too related to morbid obesity. But they don't even know if you're going to have that same insurance in a year or 2 years to even benefit from that. So they're just taking that gamble. It's cheaper for them not to pay. The other thing that sort of made me a little upset about it is the United States subsidizes a lot of they say, yeah, this medication might be like $5 to make a month, but we do research. We have to pay for these research trials. It takes years to get it through the FDA. We taxpayers subsidize research and development in a lot of cases. In most cases, the U.S. government is subsidizing the research of these medications. So not only is our tax money going for research and development, now we're paying so much more money than other countries for this medication because it's not negotiated. So it's like we're doubly paying for it in taxes and then in cost. There was a research poll done about weight loss medications and if people would be interested. And it was if I remember correctly, it was a pretty decent sized poll. And about 50% of people said, yeah, I would be interested in taking a medication if it's going to help me lose weight, get healthier. That number dropped to 16% when they had to pay out of pocket because a lot of people just can't afford that high price tag, and that is unfortunate. They also, in this survey, showed that 80% of Americans support drug companies paying for these medications because the bottom line is, even if you don't have to lose weight, there's a good chance along the way you're going to need a medication, and there's a possibility your insurance is going to say, no, we're just not going to pay it. I mean, there is that, you run that risk. And I think people are understanding now what is going on with these pharmaceuticals and insurance companies and the cost of health coverage, and are saying, wait a minute, if I'm not willing to support it for someone else, when it's my turn, nobody's going to support it for me. So I was actually really glad to see in this one survey, and I understand it's one survey, but that 80% of people were supporting insurance companies covering these medications. So yeah, the whole thing kind of upsets me when I think about what other countries are paying, and that we through our tax dollars have subsidized some of this research and development for these and they are amazing medications. I am so grateful that I was able to have access to this, and I know they are buying it is in such demand. They're buying new places to manufacture. And I'm thrilled that they are doing that so we don't have to deal with the shortage. But the flip side of that is, with such demand, they have no reason to lower the prices because, hey, if the demand is there and people are willing to pay, why not? Why should they lower it? I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business. And the manufacturing plants or whatever that they have purchased have cost them billions of dollars. They need to make that money up. So as much as I would like to say, I think they're, going to lower their prices, I think the only way they're going to lower is if Merck, Pfizer, whatever other pharmaceuticals come out with their own weight loss medications and there's competition. Right now, it's Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk. It is their game. And until other pharmaceuticals can come up with medications that obviously they can't be exactly the same because they own patents, but, are coming out with more weight loss medications, I don't see them lowering the price. And insurance companies, we can, all we can do is write our senators and say, look, this medication, like in my situation, I was pre-diabetic. My blood work shows that I am not anymore. I had high blood pressure. I am no longer taking blood pressure medication. My doctor suggested I write my senators because these pharmaceutical or these insurance companies and pharmaceuticals are supporting our candidates. They are giving money to campaigns, but they can't vote these people in. We vote them in. So it's in their best interest to support us and go to these insurance companies and say, the people need this kind of coverage. So let me know what you think about this. I would love to hear everybody's take on it. That's about it for the day. Please like, subscribe, please make a comment. I would love to continue this conversation and have a great day. See you next time.